outlet doing the business here in Benin City at the national trials actually taking place there. Welcome you on the show. 360 Sports on Trust TV. I'm Adeni Ajishafe. We run through some sporting moments. Right now, we'll be giving you updates concerning what actually happened yesterday and also come this morning. Well, right now, we just have to celebrate all the Nigerian athletes for what they've been able to do, qualifying for the Olympics, and those are yet to pick up the ticket to go to the Paris Olympics. They are still trying to see how they can make it. After all, they will still go to Cameroon to compete at the Confederation Continental there. Well, right now, we talk about the one taking place in Benin City. Starting with that story, athletics. Tobi Amusan wins 4th national women's title for 100 meters hurdles for women. She ran the race of her life. She was able to win that race rather, the one you saw earlier on. Congrats to Tobi Amusan. Right now, this back-to-back 4 times for herself for being able to do this, and now she's edging closer to do well at the Olympics for the fact that she was able to win that competition over there in Benin City at the national trials taking place there in the ancient city of Benin, where all the athletes have been trying their best to see how they can do, and we've discovered so many talented young stars there, a lot of them doing so well in this competition. Congrats to them. It will be ending today, the national trials there. But right now, let's look at that story where we talk about it. The national trials Monday highlight. Let's look at the records set by each one, or the first, second, third for each one there. The national trials for Monday highlight for women 100 meters. We have Tobi Amusan actually ran 12.78 seconds to win the race you saw earlier. Adaobi Tabubu came second with 13.33 seconds to come second, with Faith Osamui coming third with 13.52 seconds to also make the third position in that race there. Well, for women's 100 meter hurdles, Tobi Amusan she's the queen, the Tobi Express as they call her, really coasting home in all the races she has taken so far at the national trials. Congrats to her and the entire team there. For the men's 110 meters hurdles, Alexander Chizom Chukukelu, who is actually 19 years old, was able to do well with 13.92 seconds in the race where he actually surprised everyone. For Musa Great Wisdom, he ran 13.44 seconds to pick second position, while Ogerike Martins Osaria he actually came third with 13.77 seconds to come third in the 110 men's hurdles over there in Benin City. Well, let's talk about the long jump, where we have, for the first time in history of long jump in Nigeria, we had 3 men jump 8 meters on home soil. We had Charles Godfrey with 8.16 meters, Goodness Iradia 8.03 meters, and Emmanuel Njoku actually jumped 8.00 meters. For the first time in the history of Nigeria, in Nigeria, we had 3 long jumpers doing so well, being able to jump 8.16, 8.03 and 8.00 in the competition taking place in Benin City. Well, relays will be coming up today, and that will be the end of the national trial before they travel to Cameroon to compete at the continental there. Well, good one for Team Nigeria for being able to do well in this competition. That we're able to discover so many talented young stars in these races that actually took there in Benin City. Right now, joining us to talk sport this hour from Kaduna is Joseph Peter. Good to have you, Joseph. Yes, you saw there the races that actually that are taking place in Benin City. The 100 meters hurdles for women, Tobi Amusan was able to shine forth, and we also have the men's 100 meters final, women's final. We also have 110 meters hurdles for men, and right now we have a young star there who came from the US that he wants to run for Nigeria, and he was able to come first. 19-year-old Alexander being able to come first there, and it will be wrapping up today. But so far, we'll be able to unveil some talented youngsters at the competition.
Yeah, it's a very good development. Considering the fact that that young man that came in actually, pulled numbers that nobody was expecting, and you would want to maybe look at the fact that they have, good mentors. We have people like Tobi Amusan in the camp, and by far, we all know what she has done. We all know how far she has come, and we also know what she can do. Look at the numbers she pulled. She went on Tobo, she was on 12 points, and others are behind her. So I feel like the Nigerian athletes are really doing well. They are doing good right now. The numbers they pulled so far in this particular trials, national trials, have given us a light or an expectation as to what they can do whenever they get to the African trials. And I wish them the best, really. But I'm happy, particularly not just for the young man, but for the whole team and for the leadership of those ones that are actually at the top, people like Tobi Amusan, setting the pace, making the standards very, very high for those ones that are coming below, knowing fully well that for me to do better, for me to perform, to achieve whatever this particular athlete has achieved, I really need to, work hard and, do well. And that standard has made every other person in the camp, in the competition, to kind of, raise its levels in order to meet the target. In order to meet target, the target now is the bar has been set very high. The bar has been set very, very high. So therefore, it's bringing out the best out of these athletes. That's why you begin to see numbers, three men jumping 8 meters and above. I mean, it has never happened before. If they are able to do this and they are motivated like this to do this in the national trial, then we should expect more from them when it comes to the African trials and also the Olympics. So it's a good development for me. I'm happy for generally for Team Nigeria.
Team Nigeria doing so well there in Benin City, and to let you know that Koinsola Ajayi came first in the 100 meters, while Favour Ofili blew everyone apart. She came first in the 100 meters for women. At the Olympics, we are hoping that these young stars will be able to be on the podium. After all, we believe that Nigeria will have a lot of strength when it comes to athletics. Not only Tobi Amusan there, we also look at the likes of Ese Brume and also the brother. All of them are battle ready to see how they will do well at the Olympics. Hopefully, they'll be able to do it. Well, today, as I said, the relays will be coming up in the both men and women finals over there in Benin City, where the national trial is taking place, and also to see who will make it to the Olympics. Favour Ofili has been able to put that record straight by being able to qualify for the Olympics here. We've been talking concerning the competition taking place in Benin City. They call it national trials, and right now, Nigerian young stars, those being discovered, are really happy for getting that platform to showcase their talent in athletics. One of our strengths when it comes to sport, athletics has been one of those strong points for Nigeria, and really we are coming back better every day, and we also the Nigerian team Nigeria will do well at the Olympics there. Well, we heard that the Minister of Sport Development says he will lead them to Cameroon, where they will be participating at the Continental over there in Cameroon. Hopefully, that leading them there will bring a lot of good results for Team Nigeria. Benin City is the place to be for tonight, where action will be in the relays for both men and women. Well, we move away from that particular scenario of athletics. Let's talk about another winning, although this time around, beyond the shore of Nigeria. We talk about a club who did so well. They won that game 4-1 when it comes to the NBA finals. We look at it, Boston Celtic beat Dallas Mavericks in Game 5. Clinch record 18th NBA title. Congrats to Boston Celtic for being able to do it. They actually won their Game 4-1 when it comes to the NBA series now in the Game of 7 race, and they did so well in the encounter, 106-88, blowing out Dallas Mavericks, who really couldn't fight back in this encounter. They actually started so well, 1, 2, 3 games they won before Dallas were able to pull one back to make it 3-1. And then you look at Boston Celtics showcasing their talent, being able to win that game. You just have to look at that scenario. Prihat has donkeyed that particular half-time heave there. Fantastic performance from him, and that was the icing on the cake for Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, the MVP of that finals, celebrating the fact that they were able to win. And you can't take anything away from those two players who really shone like a million stars. For Tatum, he scored 31 points in that game, while Jaylen Brown, the MVP of the finals, got 21 points and so many rebounds and assists there. Congrats to Boston Celtic being able to do it. A lot of records were actually broken in that game. Well, for the fact that right now they are arch rival, forever rival, we'll call it that way. Talking about Los Angeles Lakers now, they have 17 titles won by them. They were actually on par, but now for Boston Celtic, they've been able to defeat them on that level. They have 18 titles won by the Boston Celtic, and it was a moment of happiness for them for being able to do it. And right now, they are celebrating. Joseph Peter, well, the green colors, as they call them, they were able to do it earlier today. And congrats to them for being able to win that encounter.
did it, not just doing the gap in between them and Mavericks was kind of very huge. They did it comfortably, and they deserve it. Like you said, they are like rivals to LA Lakers right now, and right now they are toppled that rivalry. They are on 18, Lakers is on 17. So hopefully, it makes the next season's NBA very competitive. Because I'm sure Lakers will want to come back really hard now to match that of what these Boston Celtics have done. Congratulations to Boston Celtics.
Well, congrats to them. The man on the screen there, Jalen Brown, the MVP of the finals there, being able to do it. Fantastic performance from him. He really did so well on the race to this particular final between them and Dallas Mavericks from day one till date. And really, he did well. Jalen Brown deserved that particular NBA finals most valuable player for being able to do it big. And congrats to Jason Tatum and the entire squad. And also not forgetting Kyrie Irving, even though, Jalen Brown and others actually outshine him in this particular final series there. Porzingis too did well. He didn't play game 3 and 4, but he came on in game 5 and he was able to do it. 4-1 it ended right now over there in the NBA for the fact that Boston Celtic were able to make history winning it, the 18th title, on the anniversary of their 16th time when they won the 17th edition. Look at that particular analysis there. Well, congrats to Boston Celtic for being able to win it this time around. They are smiling home for the fact that they've been able to break that record which they were having with their arch rivals, Los Angeles Lakers. And now they set a record there where all other teams will be running after to see who will be able to meet up with them. Will it be Lakers next season or Dallas Mavericks? Although a big one for them because even though they fought hard, they really, really fought hard, but the fact that they were blown away from the first game, second game, and third game by Boston Celtics showed that Boston were ready. They've done the business from the first 3 games before the fourth and the 5th game where they actually blew them with 106-88. You can give it up to the Greens. Boston Celtic are champions of the NBA for this season. Congrats to them for being able to win the particular title. Well, celebrating them for what they've done alongside Joseph Peter there. Right now, we talk about another sport, but this time around, we'll be talking about boxing. Boxing is one of those sports that Nigerians are also into. We have a Nigerian who is doing so well over there in the US. His name is Efe Ajagba. Ajagba right now has been ranked among the top 5 when it comes to WBC. That's World Boxing Council. After they released their June rankings, Nigerian heavyweight boxer Efe Ajagba breaks into WBC top 5 ranking. And congrats to him for being able to do it. Quietly, he has been achieving and he has done it for himself. For the top 10 World Boxing Council heavyweight ranking, we have, of course, Alexander Usyk tops it. We have Anthony Joshua coming second there in the newest ranking. Tyson Fury been pushed down to third position, even though it was the order of that belt before he had the unification bout against Alexander Usyk, the Ukrainian. Zhilei Zhang, the man from China, has really been doing so well in boxing. Efe Ajagba, our own export, that's Efe Ajagba doing so well. Ranked 5th in June ranking of the WBC. Jared Anderson, Martin Bakole from Congo. So we have at least 2 Africans there. Frank Sanchez, Joe Joyce, and you have Bakole Jalolov making the top 10. And looking at those boxers who are actually out of it, top 10 world boxing are out of the top 10 now, the ranked boxers. Top boxers outside top 10 rather. We have 11 Otto Wallin, the Swedish boxer who faced Anthony Joshua sometimes back. Fabio Wardley, Deontay Wilder is now 13. And if you recall, that was the time it was the order of that WBC belt before it was taken away by Tyson Fury. Luis Ortiz, Dillian White, Derek Chisora, and Kubrat Pulev. That's the ranking right now when it comes to WBC. And for WBA, they also had their own, but WBO, World Boxing Organization, are yet to actually do their own ranking when it comes to for the month of June. But right now, we have Efe Ajagba being ranked 5th. And right now, from the way he's going, there's every tendency that Efe Ajagba could be notching himself to face the likes of Usyk, Joshua, Fury, or whoever at the top, because he's really edging closer and closer when it comes to the ranking coming from the WBC. Joseph Peter, I think this is a good one about the fact that the last time we had this opportunity was Samuel Peter before he was defeated. But right now we're having another shot at that WBC. And who knows, maybe Efe Ajagba could actually spring up surprises there.
Yeah, it's not just 2 Africans, 3 Africans. Anthony Joshua Efe Ajagba and Bakoli. So it's really a good development. It's a good thing. What I am particularly concerned about is the level, the motivation of Efe Ajagba to not actually just be among the big boys. Right now, he is among the big boys, but I don't want him to feel maybe that's enough. Like he needs to hunger for more. He needs to want more. It's good to be among the big boys, but then why not be the bigger boy? I mean, he can actually, stand up against the Alexandra Usyk and the Anthony Joshua. And what a match will it be? I'd love to see him, paired up against Anthony Joshua. I would love to see how Nigeria would be divided as per that particular game, because it would be so amazing to see those two face each other, and then we'll see who will do well. But it's a good thing for him, and I hope that this is not just maybe the milestone, the end of the milestone for him. I hope he gets to set higher standards and actually do better and become the number one. Why not? I mean, he got himself here. The work he has been doing has gone noticed. That's why he's among the top five. I mean, to be among the top five in the whole world is not a simple thing. It's not easy. He has achieved it. Now it's time for him to go for the number one, and I wish him all the best with that.
Now, while you actually wish him all the best, you should know that it's going to be a tall order, but it's achievable. Now, when it comes to boxing right now in the world, we know that Ukrainian Alexander Usyk seems to be having that particular strength over almost everyone, even though they'll be having a rematch between himself and Tyson Fury. But right now, he has been able to do what no one has done, being able to win against Tyson Fury on that particular point out there. Now, talking about Efe Ajagba today, if he faces the likes of Tyson Fury, Zhang, Joshua, and Usyk, do you think he has what it takes to beat them or defeat them?
This is a sport, right? And in sports, it's all down to your performance. His performance brought him closer to where they are. Usyk is number one, Anthony Joshua is number two. I believe that if given the opportunity with the proper motivation and proper training, proper preparation, I'm very, very sure that he might just pull a surprise. I'm not saying he can, just come and brush them aside, but I don't think that if you pair Efe Ajagba today with Alexander Usyk, he will just come and do him a knockout. I do not expect that. I expect the match to be a very, very tough match, match of many rounds, and then maybe a winner at the end. Yes, the likely winner would be Alexandra Yusuf, but that is not sure. Nobody is sure until it actually happens, right? So you cannot exactly or completely count him out, or maybe think that okay, he will just be brushed aside. He is a fighter. He fought many fights and got to where he is. I'm quite sure that if you ask him today, if you put that question to him today, would you be able to, take the position of Alexander Yusuf? I'm very sure he's not going to say, no, I'm going to be beaten. No, I would lose the match. I'm sure he will be very, very confident and tell you that he's actually going to do well and he's going to give it a big shot. So, these are all just temptations as long as it does not happen. But a boxer like Efe Ajagba to be in the top five is actually a great thing. And I'm quite sure that he would go better and do better than he has done so far.
Okay, on a lighter note, Joseph Peter, where will you be fighting at Anthony Joshua?
You want to sign about victory, right? You want to sign about victory.
Actually, I know that will actually get you off key because I don't think you stand a chance with just one blow. Anyway, we'll be talking about boxing there. Nigeria Efe Ajagba right now ranked as fifth in the newest WBC rather, World Boxing Council top 10 ranking for the month of June. At least congratulations for being rated so high, and hopefully it will continue to rise ahead. And we want to see in Nigeria, just the way Samuel Peter did, get into that top-notch heavyweight bout where he will be able to knock out the top ones across the globe there. Well, a big one happening in the world of boxing. We talked on athletics. We actually talked about the NBA, where Boston Celtics are champions. We also touched on boxing, where Efe Ajagba right now being ranked fifth in the World Boxing Council there. Talking about three other stories that we've touched earlier. But right now, let's go to the round leather game. Well, we'll be talking about a team who played their game in match day 37, but right now they've been fined by the MPFL framework and rules for the fact that the goalkeeper of their opponent was dealt with. Let's look at that story. MPFL, Bayelsa United fined 3 million naira for assault on Shooting Stars goalkeeper. Shooting Stars goalkeeper, his name is Okemute, was actually something was poured on his face while they were coming in for the second half of the game between Bayelsa United and Shooting Stars. And that didn't go well with the MPFL. They had to find that club called Bayelsa United for the fact that it was an assault on that goalkeeper that easily affected his eyes. And right now, this is not too good for our football. Here and there, almost every match day, you hear of one assault or the other. If it's not referee being beaten, it's going to be the linesmen or the players of the opponent's side, or even talking about ball boy running away with the ball. Because at this particular match, we learned that the ball boys went away immediately. They were able to score their goal, and the ball was nowhere to be found. That's not too good for our football. Something must be done. I think Joseph Peter, the fact that all this money, the best thing, maybe they should be docking them points. A lot of all these clubs would prefer to hold their point than the money. Because if they pay the money and they say have their point, but if they dock them 3 points, they know that that 3 points can cost them or put them to relegation or debar them or delay them from going forward. So they will be very, very serious. You look at the particular situation, Bayelsa United came up yesterday with the write-up that they are well behaved, this and that, and now news came out from the MPFL rules and guideline, rather framework and guideline, that they've been fined 3 million naira for what they did to the goalkeeper of Shooting Stars of Ibadan.
Finding them money, it doesn't solve the problem. It doesn't solve the problem because they can just pay and then it's business as usual. I mean, we hear a lot of it in the Nigerian Premier League, not just the Nigerian Premier League, not the Nigerian Premier League alone. I have witnessed a lot of games where ball boys especially deny you the ball because their team is winning, or because for some reasons, and these ball boys, they don't just do these things by themselves. They are being put up to do these things by the team officials. So these things should be really looked into because it's tarnishing the image of the league. It is really not a good press. It doesn't make the league attractive for investors. We are crying out every day. We want investors into the Nigerian Premier League. We want situations where these matches will be aired live on TV for the whole world to see. Are we going to show them these ball boys hiding balls and running away with balls or not even being present? I've had situations whereby the ball boys suddenly disappear and we have to, go and get the balls from wherever it's being kicked to. We have to go get it ourselves. And I'm not talking about just a match in a primary school. I'm talking about the Nigerian league. And starting from tier 1 down to Premier League. It happens. And it's absurd. And I don't know why nobody is paying attention to this thing. I am very, very angry, particularly angry about this thing because I have experienced it personally. And I can tell you that it is very, very annoying. Cases like that, cases whereby the fans will be hostile, and then you would see that the policemen that were actually present before the game started, have suddenly disappeared. There's nobody to provide security. Look at the case of this goalkeeper now. I mean, I don't support the deduction of 3 points alone. I feel like 9 points will kind of deter anybody who has any plan to, do something like this, because we can't sell our league when ball boys are disappearing. I mean, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't speak well. It's not even possible. We can't just do that. So I feel like we are in a make or break situation. Either they fix all these problems and then the league becomes marketable, or they leave it like this and we remain stagnant the way we are, or we even go backwards. So I don't know. It's just so appalling. It's so appalling, and I hope that the LMC looks into this and actually prefer a better punishment for situations like this than just 3 million payment that can be made by anybody who is in love with the club.
Well, from the way it is right now, I think Nigerians are calling that point deduction should be the best way of dealing with clubs, walking off the pitch or the ball boy, or rather assault on the opponent. Just dock 3 points or 6 points or 9 points. By the time they dock you 9 points, you find a way to see how you can get to at least train your fans and also talk to your teams there. Well, we just quickly call for a short break there to let you have a feel of MPFL matches that actually play across Nigeria. Quickly, we'll be back after this timeout. Big one there for Rangers International. The Flying Antelopes, they are the champion. Even they've done the business with a match to go where they were able to defeat Bender Insurance, and they did well at the Cathedral, celebrating them right now. But now we'll be focusing on the MPFL. That's our country's pride. When it comes to National Football League, the MPFL 2020-2024 season has not gone without a lot of traces of issues. Has to do with assault. Bob, we actually mentioned that earlier on. Ball boy running with the ball, teams walking off the pitch, and a lot of issues here and there. It's high time that the management of Nigerian Premier Football League should be very, very decisive next season concerning all this. Not just to remove, find them money, but deduct points that will make the team to actually bend to the rules and regulations that guides the framework of the Nigerian Premier Football League. Right now, still talking with Joseph Peter. Well, we are focusing on the league for this season. Joseph, let's quickly we look at it deeper. When it comes to our league for this season, even though we know that when it comes about remuneration, logistics, a lot of things put together, we can see it's getting better slightly. But issue of assault, ball boy walking off the pitch, and all that is not giving good image to our league. Next season, what do you profile solution for the MPFL to get better, whereby we can see our league on the screen, TV screen, where it will be shown clearly to the whole world, Africa, and the rest?
For me, it's a carrot and stick something. Make a very, very tough punishment, to design a very, very tough punishment for whoever that breaks a certain law. Let there be rules that guide all these things. Let it not be something that is just passive. I feel like there is no any recommendation, any kind of rule guiding whether ball boys, provide the ball on time, whether ball boys, leave the scene and are suddenly missing. Situations where, assaults like this happen, there should be a very, very clear, detailed punishment for such actions, and it should be very, very severe. Because if we are to achieve the dream of having our league being aired live to be seen, we need investors. And for investors to come, they have to see quality in our league. Right now, yes, there's a bit of development compared to the past, but it is too slow. It is too slow. We shouldn't be dealing with ball boys and assaults and lack of security in the stadiums at this level. This is something that would have been treated long ago. But fine, we are not there yet, and it has happened. I hope that the league management commission or whoever that is responsible actually give it attention and make sure that next year is an improvement as to that part. We cannot solve all the problems at once. It's understood. But these ones that are glaring, seen by everyone, should not be repeated next season. That is the only way we can progress. But if we do not actually do anything about it, nothing will happen than stagnancy or even retrogression, which will not help the league in any way. So I really hope that something gets done next season and we don't get to see this repeated.
Okay, still talking about the MPFL. I mentioned teams walking off the pitch. as a way of protest, and that also should be worked on because it's becoming very common that apart from ball boy or assault on players or whoever, but teams walking off the pitch, a lot of teams see it as an opportunity to walk off, and then when they walk off, then something must be done. But something must be at least be put in place that you no longer walk off the pitch because it doesn't make any sense. Why don't you just complete your game, except in a situation whereby you are now being encamped in the middle of the pitch, then just stay there. Because we've seen a lot of matches where teams walked off the pitch in protest for the fact that maybe one of them is being assaulted or thereabout. Kudos to shooting stars for being able to stay on the pitch as they played they actually ended that game with Bayelsa United. But some teams could have walked off. We saw what happened between Eyimba and Rangers when that match happened, and right now it has cost Eyimba 3 points there. But something must also be done concerning this. A lot of things, just like you said, we must put in place for our league to be seen as being up to standard for now.
You know, internationally, these players, sometimes they amaze me. And sometimes these coaches, they amaze me. Because when have you watched a Premier League game, a La Liga game, a Serie A game, or any country for that matter in Europe, playing a football match, and then because they do not like the officiating or the officiating does not favor them, and then they begin to walk out of the pitch? We only do this, and it's an insult, a slap on our faces. Those coaches that are actually calling out their players to leave the field. You know, and this practice is something that is actually grassrooted. I can tell you categorically it's grassrooted. I've had cases several times when our coach would say, leave the field. And you would have no choice because you are just a player, but to leave. So basically, when it comes to the issue of leaving the pitch, I think that is down to coaches and management to handle that. But if they are not doing it, let the league set it straight. If you leave the pitch, not just the 3 points of that game you are losing, but other 3 points will be deducted from you. Let it be very, very strict. If not, it will just continue because it makes no sense. In as much as, yes, for this to be kind of sorted very well, officiating needs to be worked on, and these referees really need to be, talked to, and maybe even kind of given a brush or a crash training. All that, whatever that is required to make our league better, should be done. The officiating should be fixed so that teams won't have to be feeling so offended that they want to leave the pitch. But the act of leaving the pitch is it's not football, man. It's not football. They need to stop it, and something really needs to be done about it. A punishment needs to be very, very clear out, stated for it, so that whenever it happens, these teams would know that they would get to lose maximum amount of points that would not do them well. They would stop it. I'm very, very sure they will stop it. If it's down to points, they will stop it. But if they make it about money, then this will continue.
Well, we just have to take the bull by the horn by making sure we apply the carrot and cane style to make MPFL better. Our league ought to be one of the best in Africa, and we need to get it right now. Well, I've been talking on the Focus MPFL 2020-2024 season with Sir Joseph Peter, who joined us from Kaduna there. Really, our league needs to be sanitized for us to get it right. Now, we move away from talking about our league. At least let's cross over to Europe, where the UEFA Euro 2024 is ongoing. Over there, matches have been played yesterday. We look at the result. But let's start with that first one. It was a shocking moment for Belgium as Slovakia shocked them on Monday night. A lone goal, even though the man, Romelu Lukaku's goal seems to be, it seems VAR is angry with Lukaku. All the goals he kept scoring was being cancelled, and it was a moment of pain for the Belgian. Well, Slovakia shocked Belgium on that Monday night. It was a tough one. Now, looking at the result of the matches played now, UEFA Euro 2024 result, Austria and Ongo made the France to win that game. Romanian against Ukraine ended 3-0 in favor of Romania. And then you have Belgium shockingly lost against Slovakia with all the talented players, Doku. You have himself there. You have Lukaku. Lukaku's goals were just being cancelled twice. What's happening to Belgium? Joseph Peter.
I think what happened to Belgium is they did not score a clear goal. They didn't score clear goals. Those goals were at some point the player handed one, and then the other one, the first Lukaku goal was an offside. And it wasn't a dominating performance by Belgium, not the way we were expecting. The way Tedesco set up the team, I don't know why he was playing Carrasco as a wing back, only because he wants to have both Trossard, Doku, and Lukaku on the pitch. You can't have all those players on the pitch all the time. I don't know. Some coaches sometimes, but I'm sure he knows better than me. But it clearly didn't work out. It clearly didn't work out, and he had to change it. And when he changed it, they got a goal, if not for the hand that disqualified the goal. And speaking about their performance, I felt like Trossard really did not do anything in that game. It was a very, very bad day for him. He would have single-handedly scored two goals or at least provided two assists, which he denied Lukaku. Those were, I'm not going to back him because he's an Arsenal player. He had a stinker yesterday, and not just him. De Bruyne was also kind of quiet. It's just that the Belgian team, there's no fluidity in their setup in their play from defense to attack to midfield to attack. They were not stretching the Slovakians enough, and the Slovakians had one chance at the beginning of the game, which was given by Doku actually, and they took it, and they were able to arrange themselves and defend well and actually get away with it against Belgium. And other teams would also look at all these, spaces to explore against Belgium. So it hasn't just started. I looked at the Belgium team and I'm not so confident how far they would go. If maybe before the competition you'll be, naming them among the contenders or maybe those who are expected to, go far. I really do not think they are going to go far with what I have seen by their performance yesterday.
Well, so far, Belgium seems not to be. I noticed something about Belgium and Netherlands. Those two nations with so much talented players, they don't really win tournaments. Or, in fact, you always be surprised with the talented players that they always have in their kit. Something's always wrong somewhere. Belgium, Netherlands don't really get to win with all the talents they have.
I think you should add England to that list. Add England to that list. They're always having the best players. They're always having the best players. But like I told you concerning Belgium yesterday, the setup wasn't just good. The coach had too many players that he wanted to play all of them. It's not possible. It's not just possible. At some point, he didn't play Doku on the side where Doku loves to play. Doku loves to play from the right, but he was playing him from the Doku loves to play from the left, but he was playing him from the right because he wanted to play Trossard. And okay, fine. You are playing Trossard. Trossard is good on that side. And you are still adding Carrasco behind him. Carrasco, we all know where Carrasco plays for Atletico Madrid. I mean, sometimes when the players are just too much, then the coaches, become confused as to what they want to do. So it's the same thing for Belgium. As for Netherlands, at least they won their match. And for England too, they managed to win. They managed to win.
Okay, well, at least to some extent, you've been able to hammer on this particular game there between Belgium and Slovakia. It was a shocking moment for them, but at least they celebrated it. And, UEFA Euro 2024 is still ongoing. Matches will be coming up tonight. We'll be giving you on the next show by evening, where we'll be giving you update concerning those moments. But right now, to let you know that the next season, 2024-2025 Premier League fixtures for match day 1 has just been released by the Premier League organizers there. Well, it's a big one because Chelsea against Manchester City, defending champion. What will happen next season at Stamford Bridge? This first game there. Let's look at the fixtures for day 1 of the Premier League fixtures that will be coming up on Monday, Friday, 16 August. Manchester United will take on Fulham, although right now I saw some people celebrating for Man United. They call it the 7th Avenue. I don't know why. Saturday, 17 August, Ipswich Town returning to the EPL. They'll be facing Liverpool, Arsenal, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Well, Everton against Brighton, Southampton away to Newcastle United at St James Park, Nottingham Forest against Bournemouth, while West Ham, they play against Aston Villa. Tough one there. For Sunday, that same 18th of August, you have Brentford against Crystal Palace, and Chelsea, they will be facing Manchester City, defending champion. On Monday 19th is Leicester vs Spurs. That's the Premier League 2024-2025 match day 1 fixture. Joseph, a tough one there for Chelsea against Manchester City?
A very, very tough one. The Premier League has its own dramas, sometimes. I mean, look at this match at Stamford Bridge. The first match of the season is going to be a big war between Man City and Chelsea. I'm sure the two teams must have beefed up their squad as at then declared what all clubs will be looking like. But it's not going to be easy, even for Man City, because it has never been easy for them at the Stamford Bridge. So we're going to have fun that day and see what would happen. But for as for prediction, I'm not going to do anything prediction right now until on the maybe the first week of August we'll understand how ready everything is. Chelsea has a new coach in Maresca and he's come with new plans and it's going to develop the team and I'm sure they are going to sign one or two players to make themselves better. Man City are supreme always. They will definitely beef up. So it's going to be a very, very exciting season next year. And what a game to begin the season with.
What a way to begin the season. Chelsea, Man City at the Stamford Bridge match day one. That will be a super Sunday for Chelsea fans. Well, they can actually start well because they have Maresca against his master, Guardiola. It's going to be a Chinese battle this time around. Well, from there, let's talk about other stories in the world of sport. Right now, we talk about Nigerian star over there in Tunisia Premier League. He has won for himself and the entire team of experience. Nigerian Onuche Ogbelu wins league title with experience. Good one for them, being able to do it. 31 league title for today for experience of Tunisia, dominating that particular league. And congrats to Onuche Ogbelu for being able to be part of this. A former player of Fosla Academy, Nasarawa United, but right now he plays straight with experience of Tunisia. And congrats to him as he wins this experience of Tunisia, rather title there with the Tunisia league. Joseph.
He's a champion, and I hope that he also he performs very well, and maybe from Esperance, go to Europe, and also win something there. Because I really I don't know, maybe because I'm a Nigerian and we have our own NPSL. I feel like when all this news of of champions and our players playing in Esperance, at Ali and all that trickles down, and I get to hear it. I feel like, but why can't we develop these stars for them to be bigger than where they are now, actually go to Europe where it happened, where there's a better spectacle. But that's not in any way me trying to downplay his victory with Esperance. It's a good one, and I'm happy for him, and congratulations to him.
Congrats to Nuche Ogbelu there, the young star right now, being able to win Tunisia Premier League with experience. And for the fact that he has made a record for himself there. And now we talk about some transfer, but this time we are focusing on Nigerian stars abroad. We start with our own goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali, who plays with Chippa United. But right now, interest is coming from Orlando Pirates, as they are indicating that their mindset that they want to get the goalkeeper, Stanley Nwabali. Joseph, Nwabali could still be in South Africa League, but this time around, he could be pitching his tent with Orlando Pirates because they are really gunning for him.
Yeah, it's a good one. Of course. I would expect European teams and bigger teams to come for Nwabali. Nwabali is a very, very good keeper, a great goalkeeper, and team coming for him. Orlando Pirates are one of the best teams in South Africa right now, and it's a good step up. That would be a good step up for him. But I wish him the best, and I hope that a team even bigger than Orlando Pirates come for Stanley Nwabali, because he is really a great goalkeeper, and in him you have saved. He's still putting it, and wish him all the best with his career.
Wishing Stanley Nwabali the best there, as Orlando Pirates are showing interest in getting him to sign for them. Still talking about transfer now, focusing on Nigerians. Let's talk about Kelechi Iheanacho right now, because Aston Villa are really trying to see how they can get him to Villa Park next season. They are in pursuit of Kelechi Iheanacho from Leicester City, and if everything goes well, he could be moving straight down to the Villa Park.
To move to the Villa Park is a good thing, right? But I would want him to take a step backward. Maybe look at it very well and be sure if he goes to Villa Park, he's going to play, because he's at that age whereby he needs to play all the time. And if he's not so sure of getting the nod to start in the 11 of Aston Villa, I really do not advise him to make this move because sometimes as a footballer, your transfer can be your make or break. If you are not careful, you get to make the wrong move. That's it for your career. I wouldn't want that to happen to Kelechi Iheanacho. At Leicester City, he is playing. And if Leicester is surplus to requirement, he should go to where he would play. Because if you look at the flank of of Aston Villa, we have players like Oli Watkins and all, and I'm trying to remember the name of this English player who's actually very good on the flank. So I don't know where he plans to go and start in the team of Aston Villa if he actually goes. But it will be a big competition for him, and if he goes, then I hope he's ready for it. But if he's not ready for it, he should to a place whereby he would actually play football because that is what his career should actually be all about right now at this age.
Nigerians abroad there, we're talking about them for the fact that some clubs are gunning for them. Then we look at another one who actually played for Nigeria in that qualification about World Cup. His name is Dele Bashiru. SS Lazio edging closer to Fisayo Dele Bashiru, £7 million deal from Atayaspor. Atayaspor of Turkey is the club he plays for in the Superliga. But right now, Lazio are really edging closer to sign him. And if everything goes well, Dele Bashiru could be moving in a €7 million deal to join the team that plied their trade over there in the city of Rome. Well, Joseph Peter, for Dele Bashiru from Atayaspor of Turkey, he could be moving straight down because they are really serious about this particular deal. And from the way I see it, it seems Nigerians are coming back to the era of Obafemi Martins, Ayodele Makiwa. If you remember, Christian Obodo in Udinese, all of them in Italian, so they are there. Now we have Osimhen, if he still stays there. We have Ademola Lookman, and if he joins them now, we'll be having Dele Bashiru in Lazio. Not forget our goalkeeper, Okoye is also there. All of them coming back to that era where we have Nigerians doing so well in Italian Serie A.
Yeah, and it will be an organic move for him because it will be the next step up. He's not making he would not be making a move that is rather considered too much of a jump for him. So to go to Lazio would be a very good move actually. So they qualified to the conference league. Yes, I think they made it to the conference league, and that would be a better platform for him to display and to be noticed by the bigger clubs there. And it's going to be a very good move for him if he actually pulls it off. It will be a great place for him to be because I've had what he did for the Super Eagles. You see, some spark of a very good player in him, and I'm sure that if he makes it to that particular club where there are a lot of gaps, especially in the attack, we have the former Italian captain there is getting aged. They really do not have a standout striker, somebody who can
our time is up.
do
We
the
just
job for
have
them.
to
So
wrap
that
it
would
up
be a
there. I
good
want to thank
opportunity
you
for
for
him.
joining us from Kaduna there. Joseph, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you.
And I see your jersey there, the Gunners looking fresh for next season there. Well, we've been talking sport on the show, 360 Sport, alongside Joseph Peter, who joined us from Kaduna there. But right now, we have to go on the show, where we always say that sport is business and fitness. I'm Madeni Ajishafe. Thanks for watching.